Now, when it comes to grading your students' work that they've uploaded to Haiku or Powerschool Learning, it's actually pretty easy. Haiku does a nice job, or Powerschool Learning does a nice job of creating Google folders for you. So anything that is uploaded to Powerschool Learning automatically has been shared with you correctly. You don't have to email Johnny and say, hey, I need the share settings so I can see your document. If you do it through here, it's done correctly. You have been given edit access, and it also will create a subfolder on your Google Drive for everything that comes in here so you can organize it. You'll see it organized here, you'll see it organized there. I personally don't ever access it in my Google Drive. I pretty much just access it here. So what does that look like, right? We see view work over here. I click on any of those and it'll pull up my student's work. If I have a new assignment, it'll show up here. It'll be in parentheses like one new assignment. So when I go to grade their work, I click on view work and it's going to pull up my student's actual work. All right, and I can see who did work here. I can grade it in here, or I can actually grade it in the grade book. Now, a couple of things on grading and transferring. Okay, one, if I create an assignment in PowerSchool Learning and say I want to change how many points it's worth, I have to change it here in PowerSchool Learning /Haiku. If I decide later that I don't want this assignment and I want to delete it, I can, but I have to delete it in PowerSchool Learning first, right? So this is linked to the gradebook. It starts here and then it goes to the gradebook. So if I want to make any changes, I have to make the changes here. The one exception is categories. And this is kind of a goofy thing. You can change the categories in your gradebook, but by default, it chooses the category alphabetically. Why? I don't know. So whatever alphabetically is first, right? My two are formative and summative. It will always put in these assignments as formative because formative falls alphabetically before summative. Now, a couple of things. So if I click on Daniel Benetti's work here, I can see that he turned in a bug me list, right? If I click on Braden Galvin here, I can see that he turned in a bug me list. And if I want to edit this, right, or leave him comments, I click on it, it opens up, and then I can see his work, right? So just kind of looking at what he turned into me. I can see draft back is an excellent tool to kind of help me determine, did he cheat on this? Well, no, there are 315 revisions. He did this work himself. So that's awesome. Personally, I love using the comment tool to leave my students comments about their work. I think that's the best way to give them feedback, right? Feedback is king when it comes to remote learning. Right, so I could leave them a comment here, highlight something, click on the little comment button, and then I type in whatever my comment was. If I want to make sure that he gets that comment, I put a little @ symbol, write his name in there with the write his email address in there. It should pop up automatically, and then send it to him that way. So that's how I suggest you go through and grade your student work. Now you could, if you choose to, download all the files at once. Now, kind of been glitching on that lately, but hopefully that will be fixed soon. If I want to, I can write my students a quick message like, hey, this wasn't the right file, or hey, can you try this again, or hey, maybe you missed the point. I find oftentimes when I'm looking for something specific, I oftentimes will write the same message, copy and paste, send to these kids, and move on. But again, the write message feature down here at the bottom is a good one and a good way to communicate with the students, right? You could even attach a file like, hey, this is the worksheet I want you to be working on, right? Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, find your friendly instructional coach and they'll walk you through it.